All right, what's up, guys? We are back with another devlog this time. So I'm going to be kind of walking you guys through, not really a how-to video this time, I guess. It's more kind of showing off what I did, what I'm doing. I'll kind of walk you through some of the blueprints and stuff like that. But this video is really more so just to kind of show off where the direction is going. But I'll definitely have kind of how I implemented some stuff in there as well. And I guess let's take a look. So let's get started. All right, so as you can see, what I did was import the city sample vehicles, but I didn't just use those. I did import a lot of the stuff from the city sample project just because those vehicles, they're destructible. There's a lot of stuff in there. This right here is some of the logic. So this is kind of the input bindings that I did over here. This is the basic init. That section, that all comes from the destructive vehicle. So does this stuff over here. So I'll probably be inputting more, but I need to work on the destructive vehicle a little bit more. So let me just kind of look at the code where I should kind of start you guys off what exactly we're looking for. I think that's the exit button that I've got in there. And then, but let me look over here. I had some issues with the input bindings over here. I think, I don't know if this was from the original city sample vehicles or if I did this and just it didn't work, but that's why I moved that logic back over to the exit button. From there, you check to see if you have authority, and then you're going to break that off here. Nance Dev Diaries actually has some great code up on GitHub that has some of this logic. So I was playing around with it. I kind of modified her code a little bit to do a couple little things here and there, but that's a great starting place. I did set a couple new variables just to check to see if there's a driver. It stops kind of more than one person trying to possess the vehicle at the same time. I'll come back to these montages right here. Over here, we're running this on the server. You're going to detach from the actor. And then what I did is I've got this, it's a actor component. So it's I've named it the vehicle interaction. And then you put that into that base vehicle blueprint. So then I created a gameplay ability to be able to get the character to interact with that. I always forget where I put the gameplay abilities though. Right here, GA possess. All right, so in here, yeah, you can see I tried a bunch of different ways to do this. I did create a variable in the Lyra character class. And I had to throw that in the C++ code just so you can access it from your Lyra character. So I'm using Writer, but whatever IDE you use, let's go ahead and open that up and see where it is. So this is a replicated variable. This is called isDriver. I might do one that's like is passenger to, or depending on which seat you're going to be getting into. And then I also have this one, this hit BP vehicle. That one's not replicated, that's just for the player. So if this one for you want to do get lifeline replicated props, you have to edit this this code right here. I forget what the original is, but if you just add the replicated and don't add this into this CPP file, you'll get an error. Just Google it, you'll be able to find it pretty easily. That's actually, I forgot that you had to add that. But yeah, you'll get an error kind of in your debugger, and then you can just, like I said, Google search it, and you'll find out what it is and be able to fix it. So what I'm doing is in this vehicle, you run into the door collision. So I've got this door collision right here. And that's just a capsule collision in the blueprint. And then that's going to set that in your character, right? But then when you back off, it's going to unset it. So that's why on the interaction, we're going to here. So you just don't activate the ability if there's no vehicle right there. If it's not valid, we're going to end the ability. If it is valid, then we check to see if it's got a driver already. From there, I run a bit of a delay. There was some issue. I tried to run it off the next tick, but I don't know. It was sometimes it was working, sometimes it wasn't. It wasn't, grabbing it would end the ability. So I've noticed it's a little more. I think if you're running at 30 frames a second, a single frame is like 0.15 or 0.12. This just gives it kind of an additional frame. I didn't notice anything. We'll see it later. But it gives that little extra for kind of the code to run and grab everything. After that, that's when I call that BP vehicle interaction, which is then pulled from that hit vehicle that we're saving. I'm also delaying again, and then I've got this over here, just because I'm gonna play a montage interaction, right, for the character getting in and out of the vehicle. I just haven't set that yet. Just wanted to get this up and running first. I really only wanted to call stuff from the gameplay ability. I tried to put some logic in there, and I was just running into some replication issues, which is why I moved everything to that component. So then we're sending this information to the vehicle, right? So right here we have kind of this pin going in. They're the ones that are sending the information. And this is the Lyra character we're getting from that the hero mannequin. Then we're going to cast, save that because we're going to call on that later. I'm getting the owner, which is the specific vehicle we're trying to get in. I cast that to a variable because we're going to save that later. This is where I'm setting that driver variable. So that way, if the vehicle has a driver, we're going to, I think I might have to end the ability there. I'll have to fix that up. I might add some more variables or more checks here just to see, what seat they're in. I might add something later where you can, pull a dude out of the car, Grand Theft Auto style or something like that. And then we're going to call that on possession started. Then going down here, again, we're going to check to see if we have authority. Again, I think Nance Dev Diaries had this in kind of the game pad. I've moved this over here just so you don't have to have that pad here. And we can kind of keep everything inside the vehicle. I tried to do a whole bunch of different ways without possessing the vehicle. I did a bunch of input forwarding, and it was not. I had all sorts of issues. In fact, I'll show something. So here this is using the input forwarding. As you can see, when I jump in the car, the camera gets all messed up. As you can see, the camera's fighting with the car. There's some collision issues going on. And then one of the things that I noticed is the rotation was all off. So let me zoom here real fast and then crash. Now I'm still attached to the car, but my dude is, I don't know what's going on. So that is why I am not using the input forwarding. All right, so back to my code. Then right here, I'm uninitializing the ability system. I might take this out when I kind of redo the C code for the base vehicle, and then kind of add some of the similar abilities where you can shoot the character, stuff like that, but I don't have that in there for right now. Going over here, this keeps the cosmetics, again, from Nance Dev Diaries, which is great. And then we move to the possess, and then disable the movement. Here is where you want to attach the actor. So the target is from the Lyra actor, and then the parent is from that vehicle pawn. So again, the target's the character, and then the parent's the base vehicle over here. The BP vehicle, which is the base. All right, going back to that node, we're going to take a look at that socket. I had to go through and create, in the skeleton, I had to create these little sockets. So I added them to the SKV car skeletons for each one. For whatever reason, they're in the proxy, but not in this one. And when I was accessing it, it was just easier to access this one. So that is why I added those there. I ended up playing around with the location a little bit, as you kind of see, messing with those. But how I did that was I basically went into the BP vehicle blueprint. I just kind of searched and added a skeletal mesh. Let me find that real quick. Once I added that, I then went down to the skeletal mesh asset, searched for Manny, added that in there, and then I attached that to the driver socket. Once that was in there, I switched to the anim asset and then just pulled off I think it's called the hero car, and then set that. So once I had that there, I was able to kind of just find where I liked it position-wise. Oh, hold on, let me select the right one. But just kind of dragged it around until I found the right location I liked, and then used that. Oh, there's my original skeletal mesh. I left that in there, just going to play around with it a little bit still. But I did that animation is from, again, that's from that original Matrix City Sample project, the big one. Going back into the component, you have to set the actor rotation. I guess you could modify the animation, and I might have to modify that rotation a little bit once I've got the right animations, but again, just getting it up and running. So this is the replicated variable that I set here. As you can see in the C code, that's the replicated one right there. I was doing some custom functions, running those on the server, multicasting. It just didn't work. And then I was like, oh, I'll just replicate this variable, and it worked. So that's why we have that replicated. Getting back to the vehicle. Hope I'm going in the right spot, that you guys are following along. So again, this one's not really a tutorial, just kind of showing. I might do a tutorial later, but there's a ton of work getting this up and running. So we'll see. So this is one spot where we set the has driver on the BP vehicle back to empty, so that way we can repossess it with someone else. So then again, we detach the Lyra driver, which we set, I think that was set in the component again over here. But then we have to set that rotation again back, or else when you detach, they spawn in some weird spots. So that's then when we kick them out. Using the add actor local offset. Then you repossess that character pawn. You reset the input again. Again, I think Dev Diaries had that. So this is where we set the driver back to empty. And then I'm going to have to figure out somewhere in here where to call the exit animation. But getting the animations to replicate is a bit of a pain. But kind of after this is where we set those other variables back to empty, and then I might call some animations in the component. But after we have those set, then we're going to go ahead and stop the movement, and then again kind of set that driver right there back to not zero, sorry, back to empty, or not true. It's a Boolean, and I think that's it. I think that's everything in the BP vehicle. The next one that we're going to get into is the ABP mannequin base. Let's take a look at that. So I've set these just to check the different sources for animations that he can enter into the driving animation that we're playing. I think I selected all of them, not 100% sure if I've got them all, but these work for now. So then over here, I'm just playing the loop on this one. I might edit that in the unarmed anim instance, but I'll do that later. So then right here, I've just got that variable, checking to see if they can get in, or just checking to see if they're in the driver's seat. And then if they're not, they go back to the idle when they're ejected. The last thing I wanted to check, in the actual shooter mannequin, I don't think I have any code in there. That's for some other camera stuff. Yeah, no, I don't think I did. I want to keep this as simple as possible. I've got that for some debugging. So, all right, I think that should be everything. Again, sorry, this one's not really a tutorial, more of just a devlog kind of showing progress. And then let's show some demos. I can kind of show you some of the stuff, how it's working. All right, so over here, we're going to run a listen server. Let me just take a minute to get it loaded up. And then let me drag this one over here. You're going to run in, see it, you can possess it. As you can see, you can see the character in, he's in the right position. Over here we have the player on the server. As you can see, the other character's in. I will go back through. This is the reason why they're showing up as red. That's kind of the team. I'll go ahead and run over here and shoot him. The team colors, I'm going to take those out because again, the game's going to be a little bit more intrigue and, and stuff like that. So I won't have that. I haven't gotten to that yet. Running over here, you can see the guy jumps out. I'm going to switch back over to the server, and then I can run over and possess the same car. So that looks good. All right, on this one, I'm going to run multiple clients now. So make sure everything is replicated to all of the clients. Sorry, just ignore, I print out a lot for debugging. Load in, run over here. We'll have this dude hop in the car. You can see he jumps in, it's in the right spot. Go back over to this client, you can kind of see this is a different teammate, so we should be able to shoot him, but I haven't implemented those abilities yet. So this is just showing he can get in the car. He cannot possess it while someone else is in there. If you can see that debug message, it means it's not working, so we're good to go. And then once it's all done, let's kind of take a look at it, in the big city sample, show where everything is and working. So I'll spawn in, run over here, and hop in this vehicle. I know they're not shooting at me or anything, and then I can drive around. So that's where we are with the vehicle so far. I'm going to add some more stuff in there too, like adding some different vehicles, custom vehicles. I'll eventually get into being able to customize your vehicle, and I mean, like I said, I'm going to eventually add some abilities to the actual vehicle pawn, put some hitboxes in there so you can, run around, shoot the guy in the head, and kill him while he's in the car, stuff like that. I think it'd be kind of cool to do some stuff where if you shoot the car. Pistols might not penetrate the doors. They'll go through the windows, get the guy, but maybe then with like an AR-15 or an AK or something, you can shoot through the doors. Maybe take a missile launcher, blow the cars up, stuff like that. But all of that is to come. So again, like I said, if you like this, if you like where everything is going, like, subscribe, all of those things, and I will see you guys next time.